Hi everybody, it's Scott and Jamie Livingston from ReconditioningHQ.com, and today we have the two of us here talking, and we decided we would sort of talk a little bit about the concept of getting somebody back to running, and what are some of the things, even if you're just a runner yourself, you can look at yourself at from the perspective of what looks good and bad, what you need to clean up, and some things you can do. So last week I posted a pillar progression concept, and I also posted a thing on propulsion progressions. We can integrate those two things to improve, but why are we trying to work on that? Well, if we look at Jamie for a second, she turns around, we have the pillar. The pillar is, can Jamie lift a leg up in the air and create a stack on that single leg? And that stack, or that pillar, comes from the foot. Is the foot grounded on 3 points, heel, little toe, big toe? Is her hip over top for the most part of that foot, or is it way lateral? And is her spine nice and clean and straight, or is it rotated? So does she rotate this way and shift away from, or lean, or her whole body low to this side? So that's the pillar. Then we can go into what we call the quarter squat. So the quarter squat is how she absorbs. And so when she absorbs into the ground, does she have a nice inverted T? The pelvis is in good position, the spine is in good position, hip just about over knee, over foot. That's a good absorption pattern. Or does she lose all those things? Pelvis is dropped, hip is over here, knee is over there, foot is collapsed, etc. So can she absorb? We can look at that actually from her going from 2 feet and landing on one, so she can actually jump and land on one, and can she absorb and control that? So then if we look at somebody from a skipping perspective, if you're a runner, you should be able to skip. So Jamie should be able to jump on 2 feet and absorb that well, and not be lifting her heels off the ground and having to jump over a cable that's this long. She has to over-recruit your hamstrings. Yeah, exactly. That's not skipping. Skipping is bouncing. So can you actually do that? And then can you shift from your right foot to your left foot? And when you shift from your right foot to your left foot, does that nice inverted T position remain? That spinal position, does it remain? And does your foot ground contact on the whole front of the foot into the heel, or does it collapse all the time? Does your knee collapse all the time? So as you're shifting from right to left, or staying on one leg static in a hop or in skip position, can you control all that? So ultimately, we're looking at these things and trying to improve them. Thank you. The idea is, can you create that pillar? Can you absorb? Can you then take it to something that's a little bit more explosive and continuous? And can you deal with the fatigue of that reality? If you can do all those things, then you should be able to, without the breakdown, then you should be running. But if not, then maybe you shouldn't be running. You should be working on improving these things first.
Right.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, take a camera, get somebody to video you. If you're not sure whether you're doing that right, take some evidence, have a look at it, and then when you're working on some of the pillar progressions and propulsive progressions that Scott put on last week, then you can see whether you've had a change.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
Start and finish.
So the whole idea is trying to create that nice pillar, absorb well. Then we start to add some fatigue to it, and can you do all that? And then you're golden. You should be able to run really solid. So hopefully
Happy
that's
running.
helpful. Happy running day.